Sparkles, welcome back to Kpop Spotlight, where we turn down the spotlights just enough to hear the real stories hidden behind the glitz, the fame, and the viral moments of K-pop. Crescent Moon. Today's episode shines a light on Jang Wonyoung, the princess of K-pop, a name that once represented innocence, elegance, and youth. But now, that image is evolving, and not without controversy. Recently, Wonyoung made headlines with what seemed like the beginning of her solo era, a stage that fans had been waiting for since her debut. Expectations were sky-high. After years of standing at the center of her group, representing its beauty and poise, fans wanted to see her stand alone, to prove she could shine not just as a visual, but as a true performer. Yet, when the moment finally arrived, it didn't unfold the way everyone imagined. Her performance immediately became one of the most discussed, and most divisive, moments in recent K-pop memory. She appeared on stage in a bolder, more daring concept than ever before. The princess had turned into a confident young woman, dressed in a sleek, body-hugging outfit, moving with sensuality that surprised many. It was a sharp contrast from the sweetness and grace that had long defined her public image. Social media lit up instantly. Some fans celebrated the transformation, calling it a sign of growth and the maturity of an artist embracing her power. But others weren't convinced. Critics pointed out that her choreography seemed stiff, her movements lacked energy, and worst of all, the singing didn't seem live. Clips circulated online comparing her lip movements with the pre-recorded track, and suddenly the conversation shifted from her beauty to her authenticity. Was she really performing, or was she just pretending to? In K-pop, where perfection is the standard, even a small flaw can spark a storm. And for someone like Jang Wonyoung, who has often been both adored and criticized for her looks, the expectations were even heavier. But beyond the surface, there's a deeper story here. This isn't just about one stage or one idol. It's about the transition that so many K-pop artists face, from being part of a team to standing alone. When you're no longer surrounded by the harmony of your group, every movement, every note, and every expression becomes magnified. For years, Wonyoung has been the visual center, the member who smiles brightly, captures attention, and embodies the fantasy of perfection. But stepping into solo spotlight requires something else entirely: stage control, vocal power, emotional depth, qualities that take time, experience, and vulnerability to master. Some netizens were harsh: "She's not ready. She's just a model, not a singer. Her beauty can't hide the lack of skill." But others offered a different perspective, one grounded in empathy. "Every artist needs a first step. She's still young. Give her time. This might not be perfect, but it's a beginning, and beginnings are never flawless." And that's perhaps the truth of this moment. Because beneath the headlines, beyond the criticism, what we witnessed wasn't failure, it was transition. A young woman learning to carry the weight of expectations, to balance the world's perception of beauty with her own search for authenticity. In many ways, Jang Wonyoung's performance revealed something raw about K-pop itself: the fragile balance between image and artistry. The industry often asks its stars to be both ethereal and human, perfect yet relatable, strong yet soft. It's a nearly impossible standard, and yet, idols like Wonyoung are brave enough to face it in front of millions. As fans and viewers, perhaps the question isn't whether she succeeded or failed, but whether she dared. And she did. She stood on that stage, alone, exposed, criticized, but still radiant. And that courage, more than any choreography or vocal perfection, is what defines a real artist. So maybe this moment won't be remembered for its technical brilliance, but it will be remembered as the day Jang Wonyoung began rewriting her story, not as the perfect princess, but as a woman discovering her own voice in an industry that often tries to silence individuality. Sparkles, thank you for watching Kpop Spotlight, where every story matters, not because it's flawless, but because it's real. If you found this story moving or thought-provoking, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to stay updated with our next deep dive into the human stories behind K-pop. Stay kind, stay curious, and remember, behind every idol's smile lies a story worth telling. Purple Heart.